Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Jordan, super passionate about cybersecurity and information technology in general. I recently, well, not so recently, but I've chosen to pursue a path in being a penetration tester. I'm in an internship right now. Yeah, I got my CompTIA Pentest Plus. That was fun. And I've just been practicing doing labs, using new techniques that are coming out via my network on social media and Discord, LinkedIn, stuff like that, some boards and stuff. But today we're going to be using one of my favorite software devices ever, which is Proxmox. And so my idea for today is I'm going to test out a software that I've been using, actually that I haven't used, but I want to use. It's for pivoting on an Active Directory network. So the first step we're going to do in order to test this out is implement an Active Directory network. So that's what we're going to be doing. So right here, we're on Proxmox, right? Well, there's plenty of tutorials out there on Proxmox and how to use it, right? And how to install it and how to implement it. Personally, I just bought a, like $100 cheapo computer that was secondary sale, and just threw Proxmox on it. And that's all I use it for is my VMs. You might ask, why not just run it on your computer or your laptop or whatever device you're using? You can use VMware Fusion or stuff like that to run the hypervisor natively, like on your machine. My battle for that is resources, number one, and number two, it's good to practice. Number three, you have better control over network segregation and stuff like that. If you have a decent router, you can set it up to have pfSense on here. I do have a pfSense node on here. I just haven't set it up because I don't need that at this point. And also another reason is why your laptop, like for example, I have a MacBook Pro and it's only 256 gig flash storage. I don't want to really clog that up with all my bull stuff, so I created a little storage server and I utilize it for that as well. It's just 100% running all the time. Yeah, it's super low power requirement computer. It's nothing server grade or anything crazy either, and it runs fast. And it's a disk. It's not even SD. It's not even SSD or a flash. It's a disk and an old i3, and it's running great. And it's I mean, you'll see here soon. It can get a little bogged down. Like I said, it's an i3, so it's a dual core with hyper threaded. It does kind of bring it down a little bit, but yeah. So let's get started. So like I said, create virtual machine. It's up here once you get it going. We're going to use the node, which is PVE, which is where all these nodes are already. The VM ID, we'll make it, let's make it, so it's at the end. Make it 180. So next, let's go, let's actually name it. We'll make this the Windows dash, can't put a dash underscore, nope. Okay, Windows DC, because that's what we're going to make in a domain controller. So ISO image, I do have it, so it's the server Windows 10 22. Wait, that's the Pro, I think. So server eval, I think is what we want. Change this over to Microsoft Windows. Yeah, 11 2022. Sure. Yep. Prerequisite steps for this are going to Windows and securing yourself a copy, an evaluation copy of Windows Server. Could be any of those. You might have one laying around too if you're into that stuff. This one I actually grabbed from the Microsoft site itself. You just got to register, make a little account, and it'll allow you to throw up a copy, right? So let's keep going here. EFI storage. There are some settings that are a little different to setting up other VMs, specifically on the Windows one. It's not too much crazy stuff. I think we'll just stick with the defaults for most of this. Let's make the disk size probably like 60 just to get it started. IDE, I guess. Let's roll with that. Cache, nah, we don't need no cache. Bandwidth unlimited because we're not doing anything crazy. Next, CPU, we'll give it one socket. Like I said, this Proxmox environment is modular. So when I say that, I mean you can pretty much install it on any system. You could take an old laptop and throw Proxmox on it, put it in the corner, and access it via a web page. which is essentially what I do. It's a desktop computer. So, and what I mean when I say that, right, you can buy old servers off of eBay for $100 sometimes that have multiple sockets, and you can assign those each socket to a different VM running on Proxmox. It's a lot like a more enterprise VM in the sense that you can really assign and use a lot more resources than I'm familiar with people using like on a native VMware on their desktop or their laptop, right? But we'll give it 2 cores, 1 socket. Next, 4 gigs of RAM is probably too much, honestly. I mean, we don't need 4 gigs. We're doing this to test stuff out, so let's bring it down, right? Let's go down to like 2048, yeah, 2 gigs. Windows DC with 2 gigs of RAM, that's hilarious. Oh, let's just leave this all the defaults, confirm. I think I need to add a disk here. I think we need to add a disk. Plus, no, we don't. Okay, not yet. Okay, so confirm. Do not start after created. Finish. So now it's building, as you can see down here. Boom. Okay, created. So before we start it, there it is. Before we start it, this is what we need to do, because like I said, prerequisites, not only do you need to get a copy of the evaluation server, we also need to download a resource pack that will automatically initiate some driver installations that we're going to need to even install Windows in the first place. And that's before we boot it. Remember that. Because I've done this a few times where I forgot, oh crap, I need to throw in the drivers and stuff. And I like the VirtualBox, I believe it is, has like just packages. You can throw a VirtualBox package and it's like almost like a snapshot, I believe, from my experience in it. This isn't as fast, but it is more robust, in my opinion. So we'll get into that. Let's see here. So here we are now. We're booting into my DC, the installation of it at least. Cool. So next, English, of course, install. So it should go through this. We're going to do a graphical install just because it's nice to mess with it. Yeah. So get this graphical install figured out. Okay, cool. Desktop. Next. At some point it's gonna say that it doesn't find any drives. Custom install. Yep, couldn't find any drives. So we should be able to load the driver. Okay, there, awesome. Because we passed through. So I think we want to pick, 2022 pass through next. I found it automatically for us, so that's great. Last time I had to search through and find what I wanted to use, so hopefully this works. Yes, okay, cool. I found the drive. So we'll say, new. Wait, cancel. We don't want to do new. We just want to do next because we're doing that drive. Cool. So now it's going to install Windows, and I'm going to save you the boredom of watching it install. Thanks for watching so far, if you still are. So now we're back after the installation, and just going to run through the normal Windows settings here. So password is going to be password 123. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously choose a good secure password, potentially one that you remember. Or use the password manager. That's probably a better idea. Yeah, but we're gonna get going here and continue the installation process. Cool. Send her the old 3-finger salute via the VNC. Let's see here, administrator. Oh, it's not. What the heck? Oh, there it is. Let's see here. Cool. Looks like it worked. We're gonna log in and then get the domain registration service set up. It's pretty cool with Windows Server 2022, at least. It has like a super easy wizard, and you pretty much just run through and select the things that you want. I might do that on here. I might not, but you'll know if I do or don't. And we're back. So now, there we go. I got it figured out. Wait a second here. Okay. So, like it says, do I want to be discoverable? This really doesn't matter. It's all going to be changed by the time we get there. Try managing server. Sure. We'll use the admin center. Yeah. All right. Lots of bells and whistles and all kinds of fancy stuff. Let's just see here what we can do with resolution. Trying to fix it up a little bit. Or is 1024 the max? Oh, here we go. Let's go this. Ooh, it's beautiful. Let's see how that looks. Oh yeah, much nicer. So let's stick with that. Yeah, so go with that. Boom. Nice. Okay, so back to the server manager dashboard, right? So what we need to do, right, is configure this server. Okay, so awesome. Everything's unknown and messed up. One of the things we're gonna need to do is assign an IP address to it. Essentially, we're gonna pick the IP address to that DHCP, because that's how my router is set up, is DHCP. So we want it to have its own IP address that we assign it, rather than DHCP just saying, oh, this is a good one, boom, and assigning it. If you didn't know, that's how DHCP works. If you do have DHCP enabled, a DHCP server enabled on your router, and yeah, so DHCP a lot. So moving on here, remote desktop disabled, I guess. Remote management, cool, on. NIC teaming, don't know what that is. Could probably look into that. Never install updates. That's good. Real-time protection on. We're definitely going to turn that off for testing purposes. Feedback and diagnostics. Settings. Well, let's see what they got. See how much. Oh, cool. Off. Awesome. So, lots of warnings. Lots of stuff that I don't really care about. We're going to change the name. We're going to call it DC1. Apply. And that shouldn't probably want to take effect until we reboot. Work group. Yeah, we'll just leave that. So all servers. So I think I want to go here. There's like a quick tools. Here we go. No, I want view. Manage. So we want to add roles and features. Start the remove roles. We don't want to remove anything. So next. Destination server, that is indeed the one we're on, because there's no other ones on the network anyway. But okay, cool. So that's the IP address that we were assigned by DHCP right there. We might just stick with that one. I have had times where when I assigned an IP address, another device tried to take that IP address, and a lot of network confusion happened. But anyway, virtual desktop. Virtual machine-based, session-based desktop deployment. Configure a single server. Well, we want to do, I think we want to do the first one. Role-based or feature-based. Select server. This is the one. Next. What do we want? We want the domain. Sure. And we want, do we want federation? I don't think so. We don't want DHCP, or do we? I guess we could do remote access. I really want to keep it simple because I have done this before a few times, and I few of those times I rendered the system unusable after after setting up the domain. So we don't want to do that again. We could just go on the Microsoft website and look it up, but I kind of just want to go for it. So yeah, we'll just roll with domain services because that's what we want. So we can add services later if we need to. Next. And I don't think we need anything else that's crazy. I mean, all this stuff would probably be really cool to utilize if you needed it. Next. Azure Directory Domain Services. No, we're not using Azure, so I guess we're just gonna say next. Because there's no like disable or anything. Next. Confirmation. Restart automatically if required. Yes, of course. And install. So here it's going to go now and go through the installation and implement a domain controller as this server. And then we will boot up a couple. I'll probably just do one for now. One enterprise Windows 10 to connect to the domain with. So domain configuration will come next. Stay tuned. So as you can see here, we're being bombarded with things. I wonder if this will work or if it's going to break everything. Let's see. It looks like it just broke everything. One second here. I'm trying to get a better view for you guys. Let's see here. Pause. So here it looks like the installation of the domain controller went swell. Over here you can see there's a notification. I click that and it wants me to configure this server. Actually, what was the word specific? Doing stuff, but promote this server to a domain controller. So that's what we're gonna do. Yep, and we're gonna do add a domain controller to an existing domain. We'll say add a domain, add a new domain. No, we don't have a forest. Do we want to make a forest? Root domain name. Okay. Let's just go for it. Root. So no, I don't think we want to make a forest. Let's say add a domain controller to an existing domain, and we'll just call it cyber for the win .com. Yeah, no, let's do .net just because it sounds cooler. Select. Oh, credentials. It's just asking for my common credentials that I just supplied. What the heck? Let's see. Okay, yeah, so it's we don't want to do that, I guess. Let's say add a new forest. Root domain name is gonna be cyber2022.com. Sure. Next. Okay, sure. Domain name system server, I guess. We definitely don't want read-only global catalog. Sure thing. Directory services restore mode. Password. Okay, next. Delegation for this kind of connect the present. You are integrating with an existing DNS infrastructure. You should manually create a delegation to this DNS. Well, I don't think we need to worry about that, right? A delegation. So I guess we create one? No, we don't want to create one. Sure, next. We might need to go through a guide. Been a while. Sure, that works for me. A whole bunch of settings that would be important if we were running this on an enterprise level. So, yeah. If you need actual guidance, I would check out the Microsoft website. They have amazing documentation. Anyway, database folder. Sure, NTDS, yeah, sounds right. Sysfall, yeah. Next, cool. It's probably not supposed to be a DNS server. Next. It's gonna say something's wrong. What prerequisites would I need? Okay. I don't think we'll worry about that. Install. I think it's just like letting me know. Cool. This server is the one that does not have static IP addresses into its IP. Yeah, we can do that. Like I was saying, we need to assign an IP address to this and not have it assigned by via DHCP. So hopefully it'll go through the installation and we can do that after. Okay, so we did the domain service install the way I said. Did a quick reboot, logged in. It looks like the domain system's up. DNS is up, file storage and services is up. This stuff is just stuff that was slowing it down on the reboot, so it automatically turned it off, I guess. Cool. Thanks, Microsoft. Let's check out what's going on here, huh? I think I can go to Active Directory domain, local server. Cool. I mean, it's up, so let's see. What do we got here? Tools. Go to the Active Directory Administrative Center. Is that not what I'm in? Whatever. Oh, cool. Okay, so this is a little different. So let's say, find answers directory form. That's probably it. A lot of people definitely be using that. Okay, so server for the one local. Okay, cool. So now, I think what the this is super cool. So go to our local here. Users. There we go. Yeah. Well, so let's add some users, huh? So we do have administrator is there, so that's me. User guest. Probably nice. We got Cabarrus ticket granting ticket service. Gotta just go here and can I add new users from this? This I have not experienced. Search query. Users. I mean, I guess, do we have to use the MMC? The group policy. Here's the MMS. What is where was MMC? Why is it just DNS? Microsoft. What the heck? I know we need to. I want to add a user. Do we need access control? Let's see. Users. I should just be able to add a new user here. Add to group maybe? I don't want to add this whole thing to a group. Move. Weird. Okay. Well, once I figure out how to use this new Active Directory Administrator Center, oh, users new. There it is. Oh wow. I don't know. I missed that. Wonder how many people are yelling at the screen right then. New user. Cool. Set this guy up. I made a little document on the desktop, but we'll just do one for a test. We'll do me. I don't know what that is. Name. Okay, first name. That's what it is. Okay. Account expires never. Cool. User must change password at next logon. Nah, we don't want to do that. Other password. Password never expires. User cannot change password. Sure. Encryption options. This is cool. Okay, let's use the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. Keep going with this. What is Sam account name? Log on. This is going to be my logon username, right? So we'll just make it that to keep it simple. Password. Okay, create in users, domain, cyber, DC, com. Sure. Protect from accidental deletion. Nah, we don't care about that. Okay, office, the last on the left. Email me at overhere.com. No webpage yet. Job title, cool. Put intern, department, red team. Yeah. Company, cyber. Direct reports. We're not gonna do that. We'll just description. This is the first test account. Cool. Country, region. American Samoa. Sure. Member of. Let's make him a member of administrators. Well, I think it just made a group. Let's see how that works. Poop. Poop is not a group. Cool. Okay, thought I just made one, but we're making him an admin. Evil things will happen on this domain. Directly associated password settings. Whatever. Authentication policy. We're not gonna mess with that either. Okay. Boom, so now it should have created me. There I am. Awesome, so now I'm gonna go ahead and install via the same method that I used here, a enterprise Windows 10, so that I can hook into the domain. Oh, one more thing actually before I forgot. I'm gonna make this the IP address assigned to this static, essentially. A static up to my, it's not up to my DHCP server anymore what this IP address is. So here, properties, I think I remember how to do this. We'll just turn off IPv6. We're not gonna use that anyway. Properties on that, use the following. So we're gonna use, oops. Let's just make it easy. 134. I think there's another 255. I'm not, okay. Default gateway should be your router. Use the following DNS server. Sure. Okay, close. So now that should be static. We're connected to the internet. It says I am, but I'm not. Already broke it. So I think because of that, it says no internet. Oh, connected. There it goes. Okay, so my router was probably a little confused. Like, man, this isn't your IP address. Okay, so we're gonna hold off on this. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and spin up a enterprise Windows 10 and connect it into the domain and make sure that everything's working correctly. Okay, so we got the enterprise client up. So now first thing we're gonna do is go ahead and set that virtual Ethernet up. Settings, pretty much the same thing we did with the other one, except on this one we're gonna put it to I don't remember exactly, but we definitely don't want IPv6 properties, so we definitely don't want it to do DHCP. We want this IP address. Go easy, right? 133. Hopefully it's not taken. I'm pretty sure this is another one. And the gateway is what we need to make the domain controller. Pretty sure. Oh. lagging. Come on. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Okay. 134. Pretty sure that's what it is. DNS. Set it to be that as well. Alternate DNS, I guess we can just make it a bunch of zeros. Oh, zeros not bad. 1. We'll just do 1. One. Okay, let's see what happens. Oh, geez. No internet. So now, then we go to... Sure. I need to fix this resolution. Pretty bad. (1920 by 1080). Sure. Let's make sure that didn't mess everything up. Nice. Okay. Seems to be good enough. Yeah. So, okay. Everything's working. Still don't have a network. No internet. So, but we're connected to something. That's fine, I guess. I only got 2 gigs of RAM on this thing, so let's get rid of this stupid stuff here. News and interest, turn off. Don't show Cortana. Search. Don't show highlights. Okay. Should speed it up a little bit. So now we want to go to the computer properties. This is just the way I always go to it. So don't rag on me for going this way. But just change settings. We'll name the computer Windows. We'll call it MS1, just to keep it simple. And then it says during this computer change its domain. So now computer name MS1. We'll make it capital to make it domain. And now we can enter in the domain. And if we did it right, it should work. Then we use this is a good sign. The username that we created before. Pretty sure that's what it was. You have entered the incorrect. Let's see. Welcome. Nice. It looks like we joined the domain. Okay. Okay. Well, here we go. Changing the primary domain DNS computer to blank. Failed. The name will remain. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Let's see. Let's see what else happens here. Oh, jeez. Well, I mean, sure, it's doing a bunch of stuff in the background with the 2 gigs of RAM I have for it, so. Okay. Well, it says it changed it, and it says the work group is the domain name, so I guess that's right. I'll just let it keep doing its thing in the background, and once it's done, we'll come back. Nice. So we just rebooted after joining the domain. It looks like it's working. I signed in with that same account that we created on the domain controller on the AD client, so it might take several minutes, but I'll be sure to keep you updated. So now here we are, signed in on our domain user, our first one that we created. Let's see here. me see. This PC. Cool. It's weird. Shows the whole drive. Kind of cool, I guess. Okay, so network. We're just turned off. Okay, whatever. We'll just keep that off for now. But we have indeed set up a domain controller and set up accounts on it. Well, a account, and signed into that account on Windows 10 Enterprise and joining the domain. So I must have done most of it right. Let's just do a quick test here. Just seeing, because it says I don't have internet access. I'd really like to know if that's true. Microsoft, get out of here. No. I don't want any of that junk. Okay, it looks like it's trying to load Microsoft. Let's see if that loads. Don't know if it will or not, because it does indeed say we don't have internet. So I wonder if that's because we set the DNS to be this. Yeah, so it says timed out. So it looks like it's not being resolved properly. So that is something I'd have to troubleshoot and figure out myself. But in the meantime, we've got what we need. This can communicate with the domain controller. And we're using the domain. So keep you updated, and yeah, thanks. Okay, so now we're gonna log back into the domain controller and create some accounts. Oh, okay. There we go. Okay, so let's make some accounts. So I do have Notepad set up. Make new users with. I just wrote it down real quick, just so we can get a good amount of users going. Maybe create some groups and stuff like that to more emulate an enterprise Active Directory. So we're just gonna go with this. Run J user UPN. That'd be cool to know what that is. Run.j password 1. Hopefully I'll blur this out. I want to figure out how to do that. So I'm going to go through this. I don't think you guys want to watch me create a bunch of accounts. So I'm going to go ahead and create a bunch of these accounts. And once I'm done, we'll come back and yeah, you can check them out. So now that we've got the domain set up and it's working somewhat for the most part, we've created a decent amount of new users on the domain controller itself. So now in the next video, we're going to be, like I said in the beginning of this, performing tests with a tool that I'm trying to get more familiar with. It's called Legolo. I believe that's how you pronounce it. If you haven't heard of it, check it out on GitHub. Also, potentially below, I will have linked my GitHub account so anybody can see what projects I've been working on, what I've posted there. But yeah, so if you've been with me this long, thank you for watching. I hope I helped out a little bit. Check out Proxmox, it's amazing. Thanks for watching again.